Hi, I'm Jane King, and this is New to the Street in person back here at the NASDAQ market site in New York City. This show is all about public, private, and blockchain companies, how the CEOs, the founders, and the innovators bringing you lots of opportunities to consider. Here we go. You probably don't think too much about germanium, but maybe we should. Germanium is used in fiber optics, infrared optics, as well as a chemical for pet plastics. And it's also an electronic application for solar cells. Now, with me is Sam Rubin, the CEO of LightPath, to talk about germanium, why it's in the news, why the supply is such a concern. So, Sam, set the stage for us. Why is germanium so much in the news lately?
Absolutely. Thanks for bringing that up and having me over. Germanium is a raw material that is mined out of the ground, usually together with zinc mines, and is then refined in a very, I'd say, nasty or complicated process to get to the raw material. Then the raw material is used a lot in semiconductors, in solar cells, in fiber optics, and in infrared optics. Actually, infrared optics is the largest market for germanium, if you would. 30% of all germanium goes into infrared optics, while into semiconductor, it's only about 15 to 20% of the germanium goes in. The problem here is that over 90% of the germanium comes from two countries, Russia and China. Russia is out of the game since they took war with Ukraine and are sanctioned, and no one can do business with them. So supply of germanium from Russia is pretty much zero. China has been using now germanium as a lever against some of the sanctions against it with AI chips and semiconductor. A year and a half ago, they put in place some export control mechanism for germanium, which didn't really limit the export of germanium. It just was more created a mechanism where everyone that buys germanium from China has to get approval and a license. Now, a year and a half later, China announced that as a retaliation to the sanctions by the US, they're not going to export germanium to any US company and to any military use whatsoever, what's called dual use oftentimes.
Yeah, well, I think that's the headline here is how much quicker you're able to adapt to this versus somebody who's got I know you've hit the ground running. So
Yeah.
this important chemical, I guess it's a chemical, right? So
yeah, well, it's a glass. It's a composition of multiple chemicals together, and it's a foresight of Defense Logistics Agency and some people in DoD that already years ago understood those materials need to be developed, and they give a shout out to their researchers at naval research laboratories that did that for many years, and to the people at Defense Logistics Agencies that had the vision to finance this already 2 years ago to prepare for this day.
Yeah. Well, Sam, thank you so much for coming and explaining this and educating us on germanium and its importance in terms of national security and our economy.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jane.
Thank you.
There are over 83 million dogs and 50 million cats in the U.S. Up to 80% of senior cats and dogs can suffer from osteoarthritis. Spring is helping treat them and is now available in all 50 states and over 800 veterinarian clinics. Learn more at newtothestreet.com. Pet Vivo, a publicly traded company, ticker symbol PETV. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Game Changers. I'm Anna Berry. Joining me today is Dr. Nav Dhaliwal, CEO of Iagon. It's a decentralized cloud service platform. It leverages blockchain technology to offer secure and efficient data storage and processing. So welcome back to Game Changers, Nav. Nice to see you again.
Glad to be back, Anna. Thanks for having me.
All right. So you guys are off to Dubai. There's a big conference there. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so we're sponsoring an event in Cardano Summit in Dubai, and we're going to be heading there between the 22nd to the 25th. We're excited to present our Cyclone device there as well, and we're going to be talking to a lot of individuals there, and have set up a kind of advanced meetings ahead of time to talk about our pilot, which is upcoming. We're excited about that.
Wonderful. Now, pre-orders are open for the Cyclone devices. So how can people get them?
So they can go on our website. We are working on the link right now in terms of updating the link. So it's going to be shop.iagon.com. It's not available yet, but once this video is out, it probably will be. So you're able to kind of go through the device. It's a simple plug and play node storage device. It can also be used as a storage device, a home device, if you don't want to run a storage node. But it's simple and easy to set up and be a participant in the distributed cloud storage and compute world.
Fantastic. Well, good luck at that conference. I know some heavy hitters will be there, I'm sure. So you and your team have been concentrating a lot on this new pilot. I know you can't disclose too much information, but what can you tell us?
Well, we're really excited about this Web2 enterprise that's going to be announced hopefully very soon. We've been talking to them since last December, so it's been a long process to get here. But what we believe is it's going to be a really, like the show, a game changer within the Web3 community. I think that what we're trying to aim for is adoption, and if the pilot is successful, it will bring on millions of users to iagon instantly. Of course, it's going to be a long road to get there, but I think the pilot, we were strong belief. We went through the code. We hired new developers, very skilled developers at that as well, to make sure that this we don't leave it to chance and that we have a successful pilot with this Web2 enterprise.
Fantastic. And lastly, we want to talk about your recently signed MOU with Emergo. So why is that significant?
Well, we have talked to a few of the community, and also in terms of enterprises that want to help us promote this pilot when it does come out. So Emergo is going to help us push this to the masses and get awareness across the ecosystem, not just in Web3, but in Web2 regarding the pilot. Because it's so big, we want to make sure we're prepared, and we want to make sure it's known to the world and what iagon is doing.
Well, fantastic. Thank you for this update. Lots of moving parts in your world, and congratulations on all this progress.
Thanks, Anna. Thanks for having me again.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching Game Changers iagon, changing the game in decentralized cloud storage space. Thanks for watching.
Is your garden struggling to stay hydrated? Meet Waterless Garden, the organic solution that saves water and boosts your garden's health. Packed with humus materials and trillions of beneficial microbes, Waterless Garden improves soil structure and increases water retention. Use less water, get better results, and watch your garden thrive. Waterless Garden. Less water, more life.
Your data is vulnerable to hackers, with email being the cause of 91% of all cyber attacks. Introducing secure, Swiss-hosted, data-mine-free, private and secure solutions to protect your communications. Secure Mail offers secure and private email communication. Secure Messenger offers private and secure chats. Secure VPN encrypts your internet traffic and protects your digital identity. Regain your privacy today. Visit Secure at secure.com.
There are over 83 million dogs and 50 million cats in the U.S. Up to 80% of senior cats and dogs can suffer from osteoarthritis. Spring is helping treat them and is now available in all 50 states and over 800 veterinarian clinics. Learn more at newtothestreet.com. Pet Vivo, a publicly traded company, ticker symbol PETV.
The abuse of prescription opioids is a nationwide epidemic. While proper use of opioids can help patients manage chronic and acute pain, all too often the drugs are used in an uncontrolled way that leads to addiction and death. Up to 25% of long-term opioid users become addicted, and around 1,000 people are treated in the ER from overdosing on prescription opioids every day. Now, joining us are Jim Patton, an entrepreneur and leader in non-narcotic pain management solutions, and Dr. John Barr, a physician and outspoken advocate for reform in prescription safety. Their position is that it's easier to change the method of delivery than it is to change behavior. They have developed PillSafe, a potential game changer for policymakers working to protect public health. Now, Jim and Dr. Barr, thank you so much for being here. We're excited to see how PillSafe is working. And Jim, you gave a little description, but why don't you elaborate? What does PillSafe do?
Well, thank you, Jane. I appreciate the opportunity to talk about this exciting new technology. Let me start by telling you what PillSafe is not. PillSafe is not just another pill box with direct sales to the public. PillSafe is a patented technology that, when produces a pill bottle, becomes a smart prescription delivery system for any potentially addictive medication. The opioid epidemic has been our greatest challenge, costing our economy hundreds of billions of dollars and countless deaths. To date, most of those dollars in the opioid crisis have gone to education and recovery. As we have learned, changing behavior is harder to achieve than changing the packaging. By personalizing the prescription via a unique ID code known only to the patient, and by eliminating free access to medication and the ability to monitor compliance, we can prevent abuse, addiction, and divergence. As John can tell you, there hasn't been an improvement in the pill bottle for over 60 years.
Yeah, John, do you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, that's exactly right. The last major improvement of pill bottles was in 1959, when the childproof cap was introduced to prevent overdoses on children's aspirin. This simple invention resulted in an 80% reduction in overdoses because children under 3 couldn't remove the cap to get to the pills. So what if grown-ups couldn't remove their cap that gives them free access to all of their pills? And what if they could only dispense their pills at time intervals prescribed by their doctor? I believe that we would see a greater than 80% reduction in prescription drug abuse and divergence. Why? Because you can't abuse what you can't get. PillSafe technology protects all patients with a bottle cap that cannot be removed by anyone for any reason once it's been filled at the pharmacy. The industry at every level currently relies on the patient to manage their own pain medication. We all know how that's worked out. By licensing PillSafe technology, every segment of the industry and government can leverage PillSafe's features and functionality into products, software, and systems that can make a real difference in this fight.
Introducing PillSafe, the new prescription delivery system for the safe and secure use of addictive medications. The pharmacist loads the opioid pills into the PillSafe container. Once the lid is snapped in place, it cannot be removed by anyone for any reason. The only delivery system that is programmed by the pharmacist to deliver the required dosage on a schedule defined by the doctor. When the countdown timer shows it is time to take their medication, the patient presses down on the lid and rotates it clockwise. The pill is dispensed, and the correct number of remaining pills is displayed. The countdown timer restarts, and the device is locked until it is time for the next dose. Then, pressing down and rotating the lid will dispense another pill. When no pills remain, the patient can simply discard the PillSafe. Each PillSafe incorporates an electronic net inside the container that can detect a breach attempt of any kind. Should an actual breach occur, their physician is notified. PillSafe, the new prescription delivery system for the safe and secure use of addictive medications from the pharmacy to the patient.
So this is a huge difference from what is available now and could really have some features even beyond the safety of medicine.
The PillSafe delivery system does have several unique components that are patented that go beyond the secure delivery of addictive medication. For instance, when PillSafe detects a breach, not only can it broadcast an alert to the doctor and pharmacy, but it has an optional pill destruct mechanism for immediate deterrence. It can also help ensure compliance by notifying the doctor of the date and time each pill is dispensed. Another feature is electronic labeling. for direct patient messaging, such as medication instructions, alerts, and even recalls. This could also be used for targeted advertising, such as physical therapy if someone happens to be on a muscle relaxant.
Jim, how would the reduction in opioid addiction impact the economy?
A great question, Jane. Opioid misuse typically leads to absenteeism, decreased productivity, workplace accidents, and lost workdays. This impacts healthcare, economic productivity, tax revenues, and economic stability at the state and national level. The economic toll from the opioid crisis in 2020 alone was estimated at $1.5 trillion. While the government remains committed to combating this issue, it's clear, it's been shown, the ineffective utilization of billions in funds has not achieved its desired effect. A summary report of the Opioid Crisis Grant Program showed that hundreds of millions of dollars were returned by the states to the federal government unspent. PillSafe is a great opportunity for the states to make a big play on the prevention side of this challenge.
And finally, what's your goal? What's your mission for PillSafe?
In 2023, pharmacies in the U.S. filled over 153 million opioid prescriptions. Sadly, there were also over 35,000 emergency room visits due to unintentional medication overdoses for children under the age of 5. Most of these incidents occurred due to children gaining access to medication without caregiver oversight. As your viewers know, the opioid challenge is large. Money alone hasn't fixed it. States have returned millions of dollars in funding because they don't know how to use it. PillSafe is an open platform that can have a real impact of this crisis on the front end and also solve a lot of the reporting problems on the back end. Our goal is to partner and collaborate with government, industry, and private partners. We are open for discussion on all possibilities from licensing to partnerships to direct investment. If you want to support our cause and learn more about the PillSafe opportunity, please contact us at pillsafeprotection.com. That's pillsafeprotection.com. PillSafe can change the world. Let's do this together.
Okay, thank you so much for coming in and explaining PillSafe.
Thank you.
Is your garden struggling to stay hydrated? Meet Waterless Garden, the organic solution that saves water and boosts your garden's health. Packed with humus materials and trillions of beneficial microbes, Waterless Garden improves soil structure and increases water retention. Use less water, get better results, and watch your garden thrive. Waterless Garden. Less water, more life.
Your data is vulnerable to hackers, with email being the cause of 91% of all cyber attacks. Introducing secure, Swiss-hosted, data-mine-free, private and secure solutions to protect your communications. Secure Mail offers secure and private email communication. Secure Messenger offers private and secure chats. Secure VPN encrypts your internet traffic and protects your digital identity. Regain your privacy today. Visit Secure at secure.com.
There are over 83 million dogs and 50 million cats in the U.S. Up to 80% of senior cats and dogs can suffer from osteoarthritis. Spring is helping treat them and is now available in all 50 states and over 800 veterinarian clinics. Learn more at newtothestreet.com. Pet Vivo, a publicly traded company, ticker symbol PETV.
Realp is the world's first end-to-end AI home buying platform, providing its services here in the United States. And with us today, Mike Lagoso, President and COO of the company. Welcome, and let's just start with an overview. I gave a really brief explanation, but give me a more of a detailed explanation what Realp is doing.
Sure, Jane. So yeah, you're correct. Obviously, we are a complete end-to-end home buying platform that's powered by AI, that enables a customer to essentially go through the entire process from A to Z, from browsing a home all the way to closing the home on our platform, providing them with a frictionless and commission-free experience.
Okay, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about that because we just had that National Association of Realtors lawsuit, and there's been some changes, very disruptive changes in this industry, and you positioned yourself as commission-free platform. So what does that mean, and why would you put yourself into that kind of scenario?
So we were in one of our strategy meetings in March of this year when the NAR settlement basically came about. And we started studying it, trying to figure out, well, what types of changes are going to take place in the industry. And we realized somebody here is going to be left kind of holding the bag as a result of these changes. I could very briefly state what they are, if it would help.
Sure.
So traditionally, for the last 111 years, the seller has traditionally paid the commission in order to sell their home. That commission would go to the seller realtor, who would then split that commission 50-50 with the buyer realtor. So in a sense, the buyer had always gotten their realtor for free because the buyer realtor was getting commission from the seller realtor, right, splitting it. As a result of the class action lawsuit that took effect, now the seller and the buyer each have to get into an agreement with their respective agents and negotiate a rate. So the buyer, who historically didn't have to pay commission, now may be on the hook to do that, which you're taking money out of their pocket, right? That would normally go towards the home.
Yeah, interesting.
We saw this as an opportunity and we wanted to create a solution for it.
So 2025 is upon us here. What do you see for the company and for home buying in general?
You know, we've been focusing a lot on the macroeconomic conditions, obviously being in the residential real estate space, like the mortgage interest rates and stuff like that. But what's really, I think, piqued our interest is the presidential election, right, and the change in administration coming in. I met with economists last week, and when Trump won the election back in 2016, there was a lot of more deregulation. Businesses were able to do more things. We see, you know, maybe a re-energized spirit around crypto potentially as well. And in AI, obviously. So us being an AI company, we're very intrigued at what's going on in the crypto space. We think that real estate could certainly benefit from it if it's done well. And yeah, we're looking to explore opportunities there.
Oh, interesting. And I've heard a lot of talk about tokenization of real estate. So
correct.
Maybe that's something you're looking at. Mike, thank you so much.
My
Great
pleasure.
to hear about Rialto.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is your garden struggling to stay hydrated? Meet Waterless Garden, the organic solution that saves water and boosts your garden's health. Packed with humus materials and trillions of beneficial microbes, Waterless Garden improves soil structure and increases water retention. Use less water, get better results, and watch your garden thrive. Waterless Garden. Less water, more life.
You know, Brian, what I love about SGTM is how we have such a passion for trying to change the world, especially with 50% of the soil worldwide having been destroyed that within the last 50 to 100 years was farming. I mean, it's an incredible mission. You can see how so many companies are dumping chemicals on it, trying to try to bolster it, and it's the wrong approach. I mean, you and I are both here, I know, and I know your passion for this, and I have the same passion, is to get these chemicals out of our life and get it organic, get it in a way that we can reduce the water consumption and really change things. And how as you look at your passion for that, how does that fuel you every day?
Well, I like what you're saying, Barry, because many times we lack the knowledge in it. Right? There's so much stuff going on that is causing so much pain and harm to our environment and our land, and we're ruined because of a lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't become aware, and that's what I love about SGTM.
Yeah.
That's what I love about so many people like Jimmy Houston, Paul Huber, and all these people that are coming together from different industries, coming together with the same mission, the same goal, to restore those things that were dead, because the future is important.
Yeah, exactly right. And for me, it goes back multiple generations. My family has, when they first immigrated over 100 years ago to America, they got in the forest products industry and always had a garden at the same time. And so those are the same things that we're still in at Sustainable Green Team today. Right. But what's cool about it is I've been able to, over the last 15 or 20 years, as I've got the passion for gardening, I've learned so much. And then as I saw what could be really transformative with the Sustainable Green Team and our waterless garden soil. All of a sudden I realized it's really clicked and started to check a bunch of boxes for me. For instance, I remember a few years ago, I had this buddy of mine that was a gardener, and he was looking at my garden, and he says, Barry, it's really interesting. Over here, you got these really green lush plants, and over here, these are like more of a faded green. What? He says, you know what? I brought in some fresh soil that had some organic stuff. So when I first heard about Sustainable Green Team, I realized, wait, this is now taking it to the next level. This is not only a better soil with all organic, but now I can reduce the water consumption. And to make that available to the 190 million gardeners that are out there through the United States and then worldwide.
And we're seeing in anything, I mean, you can do studies how health has just deteriorated. Younger age, kids that are getting cancer at such a young age. And the research has gone all the way back that it has to do with what they eat.
Yeah.
What they're putting in their bodies.
Yeah.
My kids, I have been blessed. God has blessed me with 2 incredible kids. And let me tell you, I'm going to do everything possible that I can to keep them safe and that they will have a future that is going to be strong and prosperous. And not only that, I can't wait to the day that I can say I have a grandbaby, believe it or not.
Is your garden struggling to stay hydrated? Meet Waterless Garden, the organic solution that saves water and boosts your garden's health. Packed with humus materials and trillions of beneficial microbes, Waterless Garden improves soil structure and increases water retention. Use less water, get better results, and watch your garden thrive. Waterless Garden. Less water, more life.